20 interesting facts about snakes. Snakes are a global and diverse animal species. It is difficult to say how many species of snakes live in the wild. To date, 3,686 species of snakes have been identified and recorded. Snakes have been found on every continent except Antarctica. The Himalayan viper lives at an altitude of 16,000 feet above sea level. What is interesting is that all species of snakes live on land. Sea snakes belong to the family Elapidae, which also includes cobras and vipers. There are 60 species of sea snakes, which are divided into two main groups. True sea snakes belong to the subfamily Hydrophini. They are entirely aquatic and feed on fish and invertebrates. Sea kraits belong to the subfamily Elapidae. These species are semi-aquatic and venomous. Snakes are exothermic. Snakes cannot create body heat on their own. They are cold-blooded and rely on outside temperatures for energy. External sources, such as the sun, help them warm up and get energy to work. Once they warm up, the snakes have the energy to continue their day or night. If they are too cold, they will struggle to digest food, move around, or escape predators. To keep snakes warm, bask in the sun, rest under a warm lamp, or find a warm place to curl up in a ball. It's not uncommon to see snakes on roads or sidewalks in the evening, absorbing the heat of the asphalt. They are carnivorous. Unlike other reptiles, such as lizards, snakes are carnivorous. They only eat meat, that is, other animals, or animal eggs. What do snakes eat? Many snakes are opportunistic feeders, so they will vary their diet depending on what prey is available. Smaller snakes, such as the ringnecked snake, eat earthworms, snails, and amphibians. Larger snakes, such as the green anaconda, can eat mammals such as deer and pigs. In captivity, most owners feed their snakes mice, rats, or rabbits, depending on their size. The size of the snake limits the size of the prey eaten. Snakes can glide at 12.5 miles per hour. Many go into the question of how fast snakes are. Despite their lack of limbs, snakes can move surprisingly fast. The fast snake in North America is a type of carriage snake that can glide at speeds of up to 3.6 miles per hour. The world's fastest snake is the black mamba, which has a speed of 12.5 miles per hour. Black mambas can lift up to a third of their body off the ground while gliding. Snakes use scales on their abdomen and lateral muscles to reach across the ground. 1.1 million people own pet snakes in the U.S. 4% of pet owners have snakes. In 2012, a survey of homes in the U.S. showed that more than 115,000 people keep snakes. This number is expected to grow rapidly as keeping reptiles is very popular among millennials. The most popular snake is the ball python. Ball pythons are known for their docile character, ease of care, and variety of morphs. Another favorite is the corn snake morphs, which are smaller than pythons, but just as friendly. Snakes hibernate. An interesting fact about snakes is that many species that live in colder climates hibernate during the winter. As temperatures drop in the fall, snakes seek shelter and refuge, known as hibernation. Just as bears hibernate in caves, snakes hibernate in old animal burrows, fallen logs, or man-made structures, such as garages and old warehouses. Some snakes, such as the blue gorse, are known to hibernate with other species and return to the same place each year. During hibernation, their metabolism slows down and they go into a dormant period where they will not eat or drink. In the spring, when it gets warmer, they come out of hibernation and return to normal life. They can drink water without lips. Most people don't understand how snakes drink water because they don't have lips. However, most species drink water just like humans do. They use their mouths to suck it in, which causes the water to go down their throats. To keep the water from spilling out, they cover their mouths. Creating a seal can be a daunting task for goths who don't have movable lips. Some snakes have developed special skin folds on their lower jaws that absorb water like a sponge. This method of passive drinking requires less energy than trying to draw water. They can go months without food. Snakes are masters of waiting for food. They can limit their energy intake at rest because they are cold-blooded. This means they avoid digesting the vital protein stores they need to survive. Some species can reduce their metabolism by up to 72%. If mammals are deprived of food, they quickly begin to damage their organs. Surprisingly, some snakes can go without food for more than a year. In the wild, this ability has helped snakes adapt to such a wide range of habitats and become successful predators. Snakes have teeth and canines, front and back. Anyone who has been bitten by a snake knows they have extra teeth. Snakes' teeth are usually small and curved. This allows them to hold their prey well. In many snakes, the fangs are longer and sharper than their normal teeth. Fangs vary from species to species and are adapted for different prey. In snakes in the genera Elapidae and Viperidae, the fangs are located at the front of the mouth. In other families, such as Colubridae and Periatidae, the fangs are located closer to the rear. In some species, the fangs are so long that they have to be folded when not in use. Snake hissing as a defense mechanism. A snake's hiss is not easily confused with another sound. The most common reason snakes hiss is a defense mechanism. When disturbed, most snakes will first try to slip away and find cover. If that fails, they may hiss, wriggle, or kick. The hissing lets the attacker know that he will strike. The predatory snake is distinguished by its loud hissing. Layered adders are known for their unmistakable threat reflection. They inflate their bodies and hiss loudly before striking. Mesh pythons can reach 33 feet in length. Asking how big snakes get is not an easy question. Any enthusiast knows that snakes can come in a wide variety of sizes even among such popular pets as the Kenyan sand boa and the Mexican king snake. In the wild, the differences in size between species are extremely large. The longest snake in the world is the reticulated python, and the largest recorded individual is nearly 33 feet long. Mesh pythons, for their size, they will eat wild pigs, deer, and bears. The Barbados snake is the most snake in the world, only 10 centimeters long. Snakes are venomous, but not poisonous. Sometimes snakes such as copperheads and vipers are called venomous. This is a misnomer. Snakes are actually poisonous. An animal is considered poisonous if eating or touching it makes you sick, such as frogs. An animal is poisonous if a bite or injection makes you feel sick, e.g., snakes, jellyfish, and spiders. Most snakes that are considered dangerous to humans are poisonous. There are some very rare venomous species. The Japanese snake feeds on frogs and stores their venom in special glands behind its head. In case of a threat, it secretes these poisons to scare away predators. Inner taipans are the most venomous snake in the world. Inner taipans are the most venomous snakes in the world. There is some controversy over this snake fact. But LD50 tests on its venom show that its venom is the most toxic. Other very dangerous species include the black mamba and the Indian cobra. Inland taipans live in the interior deserts of Australia and are a rather modest brown species with a black head. Fortunately, they are very rare in the wild and are generally peaceful in nature. However, if provoked, inland taipans will raise the front half of their body and strike, releasing one of their strongest poisons. Snakes don't have an eyelid. Snakes are similar to geckos in that they do not have eyelids. Unlike geckos, they do not lick their eyes to moisten and clean them. They protect their eyes with a pair of modified scales called eye cups. The eye cups repel dust from the cornea and keep them moist. This means that snakes don't have to blink. However, the convenience of the eye cup is not without its problems. Naglasniks are scales, so they can get stuck during the burn. If they are not removed by a snake or careful veterinarian, the layers can build up, causing visual impairment or even blindness. They lead diurnal, nocturnal, and crepuscular lifestyles. Snakes can be found at any time of day or night. Snake activity depends on temperature, time of year, and their species. They usually follow predictable patterns, daytime mostly active during the day, such as king snakes. Nocturnal mostly active during the night, example, mangrove snakes. Twilight mostly active in the morning or evening, example, pink boa. In the height of summer or in very hot regions, snakes spend most of the day in the shade and come out at night. In cooler regions, most species do the opposite. Some eat birds. All species of snakes are predators. However, the type of meat they eat depends on the species. Snakes, such as rat snakes, are versatile and eat almost anything they can catch and swallow. Other species specialize in the Amazon boa constrictor eats birds by scampering out of leaves in the jungle. Snakes with tentacles pose as underwater branches and eat fish. Worm snakes eat worms, snails, and insect larvae. When keeping in captivity, it is important to know what foods a snake eats in the wild.